Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Got a lot to talk about, man. Jordy, what's good, bro? How you feel today, man? How you feel about that preseason game one, man? We gonna talk about it. You ain't doing nothing. Join up on the live, Jordy. But you already know, man. It's your boy One Trey Rock. We live from the cave. You gotta say it twice. One Trey Rock, and we live from the cave. My little establishment, Shion. You feel me? We gonna get into it, man. I've been there checking out a little couple of these preseason games. A little boring, a little Friday. Let's get it though, man. I'm gonna let this brew a little bit, let a couple people get up in here, and then we gonna get it. I bet, Jody. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, man. I seen a lot during that preseason game, but I didn't see a lot. You get me? It's like, hold on, let me post this in real quick. Let y'all get up in here. But all right. The link in the comments, man. Y'all want to join up with One Trey Rock? Talk about this preseason game one. I'm open for it. All you gotta do is click that link up in the comment, man. Get up in here. Let's get this cracking real quick. Well, yeah, man. I seen a lot that we could build off, man. Especially them first two drives. But I ain't gonna hop right into that. I want to hop into a little bit of this, cause I still like. Y'all gotta understand, it's still preseason, man. People still getting their feet wet. People got new coaches, new schemes, stuff like that. So for all those dudes out there, and I've been seeing it all day. For all those dudes out there screaming, we should start Joe Flacco over Jalen Hurts. Y'all need to get drug tested ASAP, man. Cause I think it's some crack flowing through your veins, some heroin. Cause it's like I don't understand people, man. Why do they big play? What's up, brother? How you doing tonight, man? You ain't doing that. How about in the live? Yes, sir. This is One Trey Rock. We live from the cave tonight. Y'all already know I'm in here getting groovy. In fact, let me get one of these shits out right now. All right, let's talk about it. So, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of people in this fan base, man, just acting crazy. Like, oh, I knew I didn't believe in Hurts. Y'all saw those first. I'm like, Jalen Hurts is in for two drives, man. I seen a lot out of Jalen Hurts. He's poised. He can throw from the pocket. I mean, he put a couple of them joints on the dime and people dropped it, but it's team football, man. You gotta take what you take. But at the end of the day, y'all really out here screaming Jalen Hurts. Joe Flacco should start over Jalen Hurts, man. I feel like y'all need to get drug tested, man. Because there's something going on. There's something in the air. I don't know why Philly fans want this dude to fail so much, man. It's like, I know y'all don't want to go back to them days when we searching for a quarterback for year after year after year after year. I know I don't. Shit, man. Listen, we should be honored to have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts coming from the SEC. I mean, he played in the Big Ten. What's that conference? What's Oklahoma conference name? I can't remember right now. I think it's the Big Ten. But dude, all he did in college was win. It's like y'all don't want a winner on your team. It don't matter how you get it done. He don't gotta be Peyton Manning accurate, Tom Brady accurate. If he can win us some football games, man, I love it. I'm cool with it. I mean, I'm down with it. I'm gonna let this brew a little bit longer, but I'm gonna get into it, man, because I didn't see so many tweets, posts about them not believing in Jalen Hurts based off of 2 drives. I'm like, y'all don't understand the game of football. Nobody really plays in the preseason. Nobody really plays in the preseason. Nobody plays for long in the preseason. Except for like the last game. It's usually the 4th game, and now we only got 3. So it's like, I don't understand what y'all expected to see out of that game yesterday, like Jalen Hurts wise. Joe Flacco played what, 2 quarters? Of course he's gonna look better than Jalen Hurts. Of course he's gonna have more throws, more completions than Jalen Hurts because he played longer. All right, man, get up in here, Jody. Let's talk about it, bro. But yeah, I want to talk about more of the defense because what I seen from the defense is, like I said, it's preseason, man. Like, nobody's really running that real offense. Everything vanilla, everything dialed down, everything watered down. But the defense looked like they was flying around. Defensive line getting hella pressure. Linebackers flowing sideline to sideline. Even our DBs was coming up making plays. I know Jaquette got beat on the on one of those passes, but he came back the next play and he stopped the reverse for a short gain. I think he gained nothing on there. I mean, that shows you the confidence that Jonathan Gannon is installing in his defensive backfield, man. Because last year, when the dude got beat, they dropped their head. I mean, like I said, it's only the first preseason game, man. It's only the first preseason game, but, I mean, there's a lot you can take from it, man. Jake Elliott hitting all his field goals, long ones, too. I think all his field goals was over 45 yards yesterday. So, It looked like Nick Sirianni is coaching these dudes well, man. They look well coached yesterday. Until like the second half, and then that's the 3rd and 4th string, and some dudes not even gonna make the team. So I feel like that gave me more clarity that we're gonna be a good team this year. We're gonna be a solid team this year. I mean, we're gonna have a solid, stout defense. We're gonna be stout up front. Our linebackers, we got all linebackers that can fly. We got all linebackers that can run, play the pass, play the run. And our DVs look like they're going to be physical, man. They're going to be contesting passes. I like what I seen out of Zach Mcpherson yesterday. Zach Mcpherson was competing his butt off yesterday. He was competing his tail off. Well, right, Jordy, you can't jump to conclusions based off a preseason 1 game, man. We got to wait till game 1. And you can't even really do that then because dudes still trying to find themselves. I give it to like week 4 or 5. I mean, when we actually got a chance to get in rhythm and flow. I'm just glad. What I'm really glad about is we didn't have any major injuries yesterday. Nobody was carted off the field. Nobody really got injured, man. That's what I just pray we get out of these preseason games as healthy as possible, man. That's all I want to see. We get out of these preseason games as healthy as possible. For real, man. That's all I want to see. And I want to see the offense running good. Like, yesterday, we looked like a well-oiled machine on the first 2 drives. It was like we didn't have a 3 and out, no interceptions. We moved the ball well on both drives. Even with Flacco in there, we moved the ball well. That's all you can hope for. We can't take like that. All their yards came in the second half of the game. All of their yards came in the second half of the game where we was just getting ran down on, and that was like 3rd and 4th string guys. They couldn't move the ball on us at first with our first and 2nd string in there. So that's a good sign right there. That's a great sign right there. Now we just can build off it. Now we just build off it, man. Let me let this rock a little bit longer. Get some guys up in here. If not, I already know. I'm doing it by myself tonight. I'm cool with that. Yeah, but all right, I'm gonna get into some stuff now, man. like I said, the first team defense, first team offense, they looked like they was well coached. They was doing their thing. They was moving up and down the field. Our first team offense didn't score a touchdown, but we had opportunities to get in that red zone area and score a touchdown. We had an opportunity on the deep pass that Hurts through the Quez Watkins. I mean, unfortunately, it was we didn't connect on it, but I mean, that's stuff you can work on. That's stuff you can work on, bro. It's like, I mean, he missed him by this much. They hit that in practice, I guarantee you, 80% of the time. Quez Watkins got caught up with the cornerback a little bit, and the pass was like overthrew a little bit. So, I mean, that's stuff you do in preseason that you can work on. I mean, Rager had a so-so game. Yo, Jordy.
What's up?
What's up, bro? How you doing today, man? How you feel today?
Not bad. Some stuff went down yesterday, but today I'm feeling a lot better.
All right, since you said that, man, what's your takeaway from game one and preseason game one with the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, really that this first and second team is way ahead of the third team, and that can be perceived as a good and bad thing. But in my eyes, it's really good because that means that going into the season, a lot of what you're going to have to work out is just scheming and coaching things, not really much of a player execution, more of stuff like scheming, chemistry, stuff like that, which can be very good for the team.
I feel the same way, bro. And I also feel like they were well coached yesterday, man. They came out, they was flying around, real disciplined. Offensive line looked good, man. They kept Jalen Hurts and even Flacco clean for the most part. So I feel like Nick Sirianni is doing a good job so far, man. How you feel about the job Nick Sirianni did yesterday, coaching wise?
Yeah, he did very well, and a lot of people were going after Sirianni, Steichen, and Gannon for the third and fourth quarter. That's not their fault. The third team just didn't do very well last night, and it showed. Guys like Marcus Epps may have had a very good night, but there's other guys like Patrick Johnson who really struggled. Singleton had a time or two where McFarland bounced off him like a bowling ball. Like, there was some things that you kind of expect from a player or from a coaching standpoint from such young coaches, and other stuff that people blame on them that I'm like, no, it's not even their fault. But ultimately, they did good last night, especially for the first preseason game.
Exactly. I felt like we didn't show too much, but we showed just enough, man. And I feel like dudes like Quez Watkins that's not slated to start, I feel like Quez gonna be on the field more often than we think. I feel like he's gonna be fighting to take one of those guys' job because he's been proving it all offseason. I feel like all offseason he's been doing better than Rager. He's been doing better than Fulgham. We ain't really see too much of Devontae Smith due to the injury. But how you feel about that wide receiver battle right now? Are you more leaning towards Quez being in the starting lineup, or he's still in your eyes the fourth wide receiver?
Really, with how he performed last night, if he can keep that up and with what he's done during the offseason, I'd be all for even just giving him some time in the starting lineup, if not giving him full time in the slot, because he did very well last night. And that's with the second team he was running with Flacco, who isn't close to what he used to be. So he had a very good night. And honestly, I think he very well has a reason to be in that starting lineup if he continues to perform.
I agree with you, man. I feel like it's gonna be hard to keep Quez off the field, man. Especially how explosive he is. I feel like he got better over the offseason with his route running. I feel like he's just gonna be one of those players, like those dynamic players. One of those players you can't keep off the field. I'm watching I was watching the Arizona game a little bit. Rondell Moore gonna be one of those kind of guys. Even though with the AJ Green there, with the DeAndre Hopkins there, with a Christian Kirk there, it's gonna be hard to keep those kind of dudes off the field because they're so explosive. And Quest just putting, I feel like every day at practice, every preseason game he play, he just putting his bid in the start, man. And I feel like the odd man out might be Fulgham. It might be Fulgham because I'm not seeing too much out of Fulgham. Even when I went to that open practice, I really ain't see too much out of Fulgham. So it's like, damn, Fulgham, it feel like you losing your job faster and faster and faster. And then if Nick Sirianni and anything like the coach offense, they usually have a lot of tight ends on the field. So that's going to be taking time away from dudes like a Fulgham. Because you know Devontae Smith going to be that wide receiver one. Now, who's going to fill the rest in? It's probably going to be Rigger because where they drafted him at. But Fulgham might be the odd man out. How you feel about that?
Yeah, and honestly, I really wish Fulgham would get some time like he deserves because of what he did last season and then getting his snaps taken away because of Howie Roseman's reputation by saying, yeah, let's try to salvage Alshon Jeffrey's contract, which didn't work. But he honestly, I think they did him wrong last year and he deserves some snaps this year. And he's the best, he's the closest we're going to have to a bigger body receiver unless JJ makes the roster, which it depends on your view of him. And if JJ doesn't, he's the best we got. So when it comes down to it, you can't have all of one receiver. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you have all of one receiver, your offense is still going to be one-dimensional, even if it's 5 speed guys.
Facts, man. But, I mean, it happened all the time, man. Dudes like Fulgham really had every opportunity this year to prove that he's a starter. He might still be. You never know. Or this offense might be the kind of offense where you don't know who's the starter because they rotate so much. I'll appreciate that too, because now dude's fresh. Nobody's really like getting too much wear and tear on their body, stuff like that. So maybe we'll have one of those kind of offense. Who knows? We won't know until the season starts. But as of right now, I feel like Quez Watkins deserves to be on the football field, even over Rager. And Rager was a first-round pick. So, I mean, however they're going to distribute this, because there's so many mouths to feed on this offense right now, you got to still feed the backs. We got tight ends. We got 3 tight ends. You know they're going to feed Devontae Smith. They got to feed Rager. They're going to want – Quez is going to be one of those guys you got to have him on the field. And I think it's going to be Fulgham, the one that's going to get his time cut because of that. But, I mean, we never know. You never know, Jordy. You never know until the season starts. Anything can happen. Dudes can get injured. Never know who's going to step up. But, yeah. I mean, I want to hop into this a little bit, though. How you felt about the linebackers, first team, second team, third team, it don't matter. How you felt about the linebackers? Who put forth the strongest performance to you, and how do you feel like our linebackers should be deployed in this defense? Like middle linebacker, outside linebacker, left outside linebacker, right outside linebacker. Who should be our starters?
Now, the first and second team did very well, but once we got into the third team with guys like Patrick Johnson, it struggled, and that's where it ultimately comes down to will guys like him make the roster. But other than that, the first and second team did really good. And when it comes down to starting linebackers, Gannon is supposed to run a 4-2-5. If he runs a 4-2-5, it's probably going to be Singleton and Wilson starting because they're more coverage linebackers. If it's just a regular 4-3, it's probably going to be Singleton in the middle, Edwards or Wilson on one side, and maybe an Edwards on the other. Who knows? That third linebacker spot would be wide open. But this defense preaches versatility. So if there really is going to be versatility, especially between the 3-4 and the 4-3, like we saw some 3-4 in the training camp,
Right.
the linebacker could be a very interesting situation this year.
Uh, yeah, I agree. But if they were to run a 4-2-5, um, how do you feel like they'll deploy the D backs then? Because a 4-2-5 is only two linebackers on the field. You probably bring in a safety or two nickels. So how you feel like they would deploy that? Because we do got a Stevenson on the roster. We got they got Epps on the roster. They got Epps played good. He played very well yesterday. Zach McPherson played very well yesterday. So how do you feel like they'll deploy that 5-3? That what you said? 4-3-5.
4-2-5.
How would you feel like they'll deploy that?
Honestly, I think they're going to bring a safety down, or even maybe put a Ja'Cory Stevens in that spot, because that seems somewhat in line with what I'm hearing, and it would do what Jim Schwartz's defense didn't, where you can bring somebody down, but you still got two safeties back to help as a safety cushion. And Jim Schwartz didn't do that, but with what I'm hearing, Gannon would do that. And someone like a Ja'Cory Stevens or a Marcus Epps really does fit into somewhat of that role. Maybe even an Elijah Riley. And honestly, I'm excited to see what they can do because there's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, that would be. I'm not gonna lie. You could definitely drop a Stevens in the box, or even a Harris. I feel like a Harris can play in the box. I mean, not too often, but I feel like if needed, he could drop down into the box, or you could just put. I mean, we got a. I feel like this year we have a lot of depth at the DB position. So it's a lot of dudes that can actually fill in that role and actually come in and tackle. Even who I was about to say, even Joseph. What's the guy name? Josiah Scott. Even the Josiah Scott. Josiah Scott played well yesterday too. He made a nice amount of tackles. He was around the football a lot. Even a Jaquette. A Jaquette is what 6'2", 2 something. He could drop into the box too and probably play the run. So I mean that'd be great if what you hearing is true. That'd be a great defense for us to run, man.
Yeah, and especially with the versatility, there's so many options.
Facts, man. All right, so we're gonna hop a little bit into the offense. How did you feel about? I mean, we got a small sample of them, but how did you feel about Hurst's performance overall in those two drives?
He did good. His first two incompletions were on, who was it? Rieger? I think the first one was on, and then the second one was on Ertz. Yeah, it was Rieger because it went through his hands, and then Ertz juggled his, ultimately dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
third incompletion was a throwaway, and then the fourth one was an overthrown ball to Quez that would have been a 94-yard touchdown because he burned that corner. But other than that, he had a great night. He almost had a touchdown if he hadn't overthrown Quez. And out of those two drives, he looked very comfortable in the pocket, and he did what Wentz didn't do and threw the ball away. So there's already improvement there.
Yeah, I agree with you too, bro. It's like, I mean, I've been hearing a lot about like even just going on social media and stuff like that. It's like a lot of people in this fan base want Jalen Hurts to fail, and I don't really understand why. It's like what is making y'all feel so negative about this dude? Like he's a gamer. If you watch the ounce of college football, you'll know what Jalen Hurts was about, man. Dude is a gamer. He might not kill in practice because he's not. He might. Some dudes just not really practice players like a Nick Foles. Nick Foles wasn't really a practice player. We always used to hear Nick Foles was doing horrible in practice, but dude come on in the game and once the whistle blow, he's a different dude. I feel like Jalen Hurts is one of those kind of dudes, man. It's like once the whistle blow, his natural instincts just kick in. He's just a football player. It's like, I mean, I know I've been hearing it. I know you've been hearing it. How you feel about all the negativity in this fan base about Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, and I was never a big Hurts guy to begin, but ultimately people got to settle on he's our quarterback, and there's no changing it at this point. And you've got to give him the same chance you would give any other quarterback, not just straight out of the gates. Now, if he had done good, everyone would have said, "Oh, it's just a preseason game because we can never win." And
Right.
then if we don't win, it's Hurts did bad. Really? And I talked about this. I was over on Eagles Uncensored stream the day of the game, and I said this was going to happen. Win or lose, media still comes after us. Some fans still come after us, and Hurts. It happened, and there's no winning ever with this. No matter what, somebody's going to find a negativity, and others will too.
Yeah, it don't make no sense to me, bro. Like, I'm like, I mean, I always say I don't want to go back to them days of the Cobbs and all those guys like that. I want to get one quarterback, and even we could get 5 years out of them, 5 6 years out of them. Not even 10 years. I would love 10 years, but even if we could get a 5 6 year run out of him, and he's playing like solid. I'd rather have that than us keep drafting quarterbacks every year or trading for quarterbacks every year or picking up quarterbacks and free agents every year. I just want one dude. Jalen Hurts is young, man. He just started. Just really blossoming as a football player. Let's just rock with this dude. And even if you're just gonna give him a year, I mean, I understand that too. But at least give him this full year to evaluate him before you just start calling the dude trash. Oh, he can't throw. He's not a good quarterback. Like we gotta see. We gotta see, man. How you feel?
Yeah, and he really needs this full year so we can really kind of see where he is and where he needs to develop his game because we don't necessarily know. Those 3.5 games he played last year, it was a different situation than he's in now. And as much as people will or won't admit that, he's in a spot now where he still needs to prove what he is. And not only that, he needs to show that he's come a decent way with his coaching staff.
Exactly, bro. What's your thoughts on one of our rookies. How you feel Zach McPherson did yesterday? Because I feel like he showed me a lot yesterday. He's real competitive. He's feisty. He goes after the football, and he's not scared to tackle. How you feel about Zach McPherson's performance yesterday?
Yeah, Zach did very good. And we heard a lot of good things about him coming out of camp. And he didn't disappoint. He really didn't. And that's a good thing. We haven't really had a promising CB rise from the draft in a while and do this. I mean, it's been years, realistically, since this last happened. And I'm just glad to see us actually developing corners again.
Me too, bro. I was watching, dude. I'm like, oh, he's a little fight. He remind me of a Sheldon Brown type cornerback. Hold on one second. Big dog, what's good with you, man?
What's good? What's going on, Rock? How you doing, my guy?
I'm telling, man. How you feeling tonight?
Uh, can't complain, man. Another Friday night, you know.
Yes, sir. Since you in here, man, I want to ask you this question. How you felt about yesterday's preseason game, like the overall performance of the first, second team, or any like little takes you seen? How you feel about the game overall?
Yeah, man. You know, I really feel confident. You know, I made the comment last night, on me and Bergang's thing we were doing that, you know, I don't want to hear anybody say this is a 5 or 6 win team anymore. You know, you got to look at and I get it, it's only one preseason game, but they did a lot more than what we expected, you know. And you got to realize Miles Sanders wasn't out there, Brendan Brooks wasn't out there, Smith wasn't out there. You know, once this team gets out there and they're healthy and it's week one, and they use the actual playbook, dude. If Quez keeps balling out the way he does, excuse me, um, you know, Devontae Smith and Watkins are going to be dangerous together. They truly are. Like, and they're going to open up the middle of the field for Rager, which should only benefit him. And then you also have Ertz and you have Goddard, and they're two solid people right there. And then you got Miles in the backfield. Like, how many guys can you truly cover? You know,
Exactly.
it's going to be amazing, man. And you saw we have offensive line depth. Joe Flacco had a nice pocket all night. So did Mullins.
He barely got yesterday.
Yeah. So did Mullins. Mullins just screwed up majorly. Like, majorly. And, but he had time. So right there, that showed me our offensive line is going to be great, But just being able to move the ball and in the first half of the game, having 253 yards and, having 8.5 yards per carry.
Right.
Like, dude, that's awesome for a first preseason game, for a new head coach, for a new quarterback, for everything is new. That's awesome, man. And that wasn't even our starters. That's not even the starting core. That's it's crazy. And then the defense. Dude, they only allowed 7 points.
Right.
That's amazing. Williams,
bro, they was flying to the ball. I was like, yo.
Yeah. Dude, it reminded me of the early 2000s, Like, as soon as they catch the ball, 2 steps, there's contact. They were flying to it. I doubted Milton Williams. I heard the things, he's Aaron Donald-esque. Well, last night, you know what? He shut me up for 1 week. He showed, I love him. He looks good. Now, granted, he wasn't going up against starters. I understand that. Right. But he showed he has power. He showed he has moves. Like, Sweat looked good. BG looked good. Cox looked good. Hargraves looked good. Slay and Nelson looked good. Harris looked good. Dude, the whole fucking defense looked good. Yeah. Now you look at the second half, that was disgusting, but that was, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to look at this team, and first and second string look really fucking good. Like, they're right there, man. Like, they're in their prime. You can tell they understand this shit. And think about it too, man. We had no penalties with our starters, none. That is a win right there, bro. That's a win right there. We had no penalties, dude. We didn't have penalties till the third, fourth string we're in. All right, but dude, there is a huge space between our first and second and our third and fourth. I mean, there is a huge gap right there. I saw terrible effort from the third and fourth. Like, it got to the point I was making it known during my live. I was like, dude, the linebackers are they just stand up as soon as the ball's hiked. There was no effort to run forward. There was no forward motion out of them. They were getting stood up where they were actually playing and being drove backwards. Like, you have to come forward, you have to make a move. But the linemen were just getting to them, and no lie, dude, our defensive line was just wow. I've never seen so many.
They was murdered.
They were gasped. But I get it. I get it, though.
Plays, though. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah. I know, man, but I get it, because you know what? They even said this was JG and Rocker throwing them in the fire and saying, show me what you got.
Uh-huh.
Like, that is what preseasons are for. This we all can't forget. This is a way to evaluate our players, who gets on this team and who doesn't. So I get we lost, but we needed to see that.
Uh-huh.
Like, now we know, And I promise you, the defense did not have a very pleasant practice coming up this week. They won't. It's going to be ugly for them. That was bad, bro. And the only bright spot out of that whole one was Bradley and Mcpherson. And Epps even looked good. Yeah, and even Epps looked good. For what Epps is, he did decent. And then Scott, I think, right?
Josiah Scott,
the guy who and the guy who had the interception. That was Scott, right? Or
no, that was the dude actually from he played last year. He came from Army. I can't remember his name right now. But
do you know who it is, Jordy?
I don't remember who had the pick.
Can't remember his name.
I can't
remember. That's bad.
Either.
That's bad.
No, he's a guy that's for a roster spot right now.
Yeah. But he played that ball beautifully, man. Like, you look at that replay. He was eyeing that the whole time. He knew it was coming. Like, So that was very smart. So that was, to me, that was an eye opener. I was like, all right, that kid might have something. So there was some bright spots there, but all in all, bro, that was fucking pathetic.
They was
That,
running the
that
football.
was really bad.
I was like, God damn, like all they
Yeah.
doing is regular runnings. Like it's like they stacking the line, just running it down your throat right now. I'm like, damn, y'all
Yo,
not try to respond.
and Stevens does realize it was a preseason game, right? Did you see their halfback out there jumping over people and shit? I'm like, bro, do not kill yourself. What are you doing? Like,
Right.
he was balling out. I was like, damn.
I feel like just by seeing the way it was distributed yesterday, I feel like Kerryon Johnson might be on the bubble, man. Cause they had Boston Scott and Jordan Howard starting, throwing in a little bit of Kenny Gainwell, and even Jason Huntley was getting carries over Kerryon Johnson. So I'm like, maybe we just hype this dude up during the offseason. Maybe he's not as good as we think he is, but maybe they're just scared to get him injured. You never know. It could be a mix of all of that. Maybe because Miles didn't play yesterday at all. So it's like,
Yeah, I'd say we go with 5, honestly, man. I think it's going to be Miles. It's going to be Johnson, Howard. Hold on. It's going to be Miles, Johnson, Howard, Scott, and Gainwell. I believe that's going to be your 5 halfbacks for this year.
so we go with you saying we go with 5 on the active game day rosters, or
Yeah,
because
I believe we're only going to carry 2 quarterbacks, so that leaves you 1 spot open for an extra halfback.
Right. Because they actually added an extra roster spot this year, right?
Yeah, and I believe we're going to keep 4 tight ends because I don't believe we're letting Tyree Jackson go. So I believe that's going to consist of
practice Scott. We let him at the practice
yeah,
squad. He's gone.
yeah.
He's gone. Somebody.
So I believe you're going to have Ertz, Goddard, Rogers, Tyree Jackson, and then your wide receivers will be Smith, Fulham, Watkins, Rager. I might just say that's what it is for right now. And Ward, maybe. We'll throw Ward in there.
I'm about to say we're going to be carrying 4 receivers.
No, we'll throw Ward in there. We'll say 5. Sorry. I meant to say 5. Yeah.
I could believe it, man. It's like, Quez really like showing up this offseason, man. I was just talking about him like he gonna be one of them dudes that it's gonna be hard for you to keep him off the field. Like he gonna take some starting spot jobs by the time week 4 come if he can stay healthy. Cause it's gonna be hard to keep him off the field. He's like super explosive, man. You see they try and get Rager touches at punt return and all that stuff like that. So I got a feeling Quez gonna be on the field more than a lot of these dudes, except like Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Now, like I said, man, Fulgham better be on notice. Quez is for real, and we're witnessing it. Like I said, it's about consistency, though. Can he keep this up? Can he keep improving each and every week like he has been? If he can, man, like I say, 1, 2, Quez is coming for you. Like the kid's coming, man. No lie. So, I mean, I would love that combo, man. If you could have the Smith and Watkins on the outside, man, that's truly way better than what we've had in many past histories here.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to even game plan for that, bro. Like who you gonna double team? Because Quez you gonna have to respect Quez speed. So you're gonna have to play him off. You're gonna have to keep that extra safety back there. That's when Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders gonna kill you. Like
if you stack the box for the RPO and you're expecting the run, it's going right over your heads. Right. And probably gonna go 60 yards, 45 yards, 20 yards, whatever they do. Okay. But if you back off and you cover for Watkins and Smith, Hurts and Miles are just going to run it right down your fucking throats.
Right.
So either way, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
So
forget
it's a shitty
we got
situation for
Big
other
Jordan
teams.
Howard back there too, man. That
Yeah,
dude could pound the rock too.
and he's a great pass protector.
You
He
saw
can
him kill that linebacker
definitely.
yesterday.
Yeah.
He folded that
No,
linebacker up.
I think Jack Stoll is going to be the fullback. You know,
Oh, you think
uh,
we're gonna carry the
uh,
fullback? Like Jack's still a
yeah.
tight end, so they probably use him at like H back.
But that's why I think they're going to put him at fullback so they free up an extra tight end spot because you can still have him as a fullback and still play him at tight end. He doesn't have to play fullback just because he's listed as a fullback. You know,
That's true. That's true. That's
it's
true.
just a little cheap, so to speak.
All right, so I'm gonna start this one off with Jordy. How y'all felt about Nick Sirianni in his debut yesterday?
What?
How you feel about Nick Sirianni in his debut yesterday? Like, the I know we seen a lot of positive. I seen a lot of positive out of his game plan yesterday. It was mellow. It was like it's preseason. You're not gonna get everything, but I felt like our offense and our defense was crisp. Like we moved the ball well. We got up to the line. We didn't run the play clock down too much. We got up and ran our plays. We mixed it up with running pass. I feel like we created space for like the tight ends. Like I felt like he did a good job. He had his team ready to play. They looked real disciplined. When he had too many penalties, I feel like he did his thing yesterday, man. Him and Jonathan Gannon. How you feel about that, Jordy?
Sirianni did very well, and like I said earlier, with the first and second team, his planning and his scheming was very good. Now there is spots to tweak on both sides of the ball, but that is to be expected with any first-year coach in his first game, especially a preseason game, where you're more finding your depth than worrying about execution. And when it comes down to it, some of the issues are definitely going to be fixed by week one, so there's no really real worry about him. But I like how he did in this debut along with the coaches alongside him. I like the scheme looks, and like you said earlier, it didn't give away a lot, and it kind of showed just enough, and it was a good night for Sirianni altogether.
How you feel, Uncensored?
100% back my guy Jordy here, man. Listen, no penalties. I mean that should be all you need to hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? No penalties from this first string, second string, defense or offense. That's discipline.
Yeah.
Like these guys know not to screw up. And that to me is a major plus. Because what is one thing that we know? The people who do not mess up the least win football games.
Exactly.
And if you don't have penalties, you're more than likely going to win. So I love that. That to me is a win right there. You know, confident wise, dude, he fucking tried to go 97 yards on a 2-yard line.
Yeah,
He is
right.
a
I was thinking
rookie
that too. I was like,
coach.
God
Do you
damn,
know
you
how
got balls for
fucking
that one.
ballsy he is? Like, that is balls, my guy.
It is.
What more do you need to know? That right there, him calling that play tells everyone I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm coming. You know? There's nothing more you need. Dude, he showed me everything I need to know. I'm good.
How you feel? I'm gonna start with you, Jordy. How you feel? Gannon did in his first defensive coordinator debut. How you feel? Gannon did.
Gannon did very well, and he preached versatility. He brought a bit of versatility without showing his real hand, and saw a little bit of 4-2-5. Hope to see more of that, and like I've been hearing, that's going to be a lot of what he's going to run this season. And he did good. He did very good. He maximized with what he had, even on third team. He managed to make Marcus Epps, of all people, look good. And
Marcus Epps was flying around that field yesterday, man.
yeah,
he was everywhere.
And he preaches turnovers, and that shows because that defense was very aggressive. So, all in all, his debut was good too, and hopefully that versatility is shown more as the season progresses.
How you feel, Uncensored?
Man, the same way I feel about Nick. You know, that once again, no penalties on the defensive side. That's a major plus. Two, you guys got to realize something as well. This was a vanilla offense and a vanilla defense.
Right.
You know, and you saw what they did, the havoc they wreaked, and that. Only imagine what the actual defense is going to do. Like the actual scheme. This was just a plain, ordinary, hey, don't do anything special. Just line up and play. Like the next one on game day, week 1, it's going to be you move here, go from there. Here's your dude. We didn't blitz. That was just pure power and rush and just whatever the hell it was. God honest strength. Like we didn't blitz. There's going to be blitzing in the regular season. So if you can create that much pressure with no blitzing at all, what do you think blitzing is going to bring?
It's like crazy, man. This is going to be crazy.
He dominated, my guy. I loved it. It was a great performance. You only let up 7 points. Dude, that offense was not going anywhere at the beginning. They weren't. So it's a completely different feeling than last year. I am so much more confident. I don't know about y'all, but I love this fucking defense.
All right, I'm going to go through some positions, and I want y'all to tell me who y'all feel like is on the bubble at that position. I'm going to start with cornerbacks. Who you feel like on the bubble at the cornerback position, Dirty Fighter?
Honestly, that's kind of tough. But if we still roll with 6 corners, honestly, I think it can be a lineup of probably Slay, Nelson, Maddox, Scott, Mcpherson, and a toss-up at that 6th spot. But honestly, I'm going to have to give it to Craig James.
Craig James over Jaquette?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel James has a lot of potential. I think I see him a little bit better than everybody else does, but I carry a lot of confidence with him.
Yeah, we seen Craig James been on this team for like 3 years now. He really hasn't really strived helped his position or nothing like that. Craig James been on the bubble player or he been a practice squad player. So I don't know. I don't really got as much confidence in him as you do. But maybe that could be the case. How you feel about that, Uncensored? Who you feel like on the bubble at the cornerback position?
Oh, 100% for me, it's Jaquette.
You think so?
You know, yeah. Like I'm telling you, my guy, he has potential. Like the upside is there. Listen. He had his rough game against the Cowboys. I understand that, but he did do some good things for us as well. Yeah, he is coachable. I hope. If he is, then you might be able to do it. But I kind of agree with him. I believe Craig James is in a more mental state, a better mental state than what Jaquette is in.
I feel like Jaquette only other outside corner for real. It's like everybody else is just is nickel cornerbacks. Even with it like maybe McPherson. McPherson probably could be an outside corner. But if we can't put Avonte Maggs out there, you can't put a Josiah Scott out there. All of them dudes like 5'10", 5'9". So it's like maybe he just makes the roster by default. But I feel like Jaquette got a lot of potential, man. He's 6'2", 220-something pounds.
Height's not always everything, though.
It's not. That's true. I mean, you got to be a guy. But Jonathan Gannon being a guy that actually was a DB coach, maybe he can get the full potential out of him. I seen he got burnt on. He got burnt on the play in the game yesterday. But then he came back the next play and made a hell of a play to stop that to fight off that block and stop that reverse. So it's like, dude, I feel like you can work with him, man. I feel like you can work with him.
Yeah.
Like I felt like
Like I said, the potential's there.
I feel like you could work with it like him, like a Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas, if he would have had better coaching, he would have been a dog over here. It's like, but Jim Swartz put him in bad positions, just like he put Jaquette in bad positions last year. Jim Swartz's defense was just horrible as whole yesterday. Last year. So, I feel y'all, man. I feel y'all. I don't know about the Craig James thing, but I feel like it's probably
my one that I honestly like is the one we got from Jacksonville.
Oh, Josiah Scott.
Yeah, I do like Scott, man. We might have got something there. We got to work on it a little bit more, but we might have gotten something there. You know, with him and Mcpherson, I like our depth at corner. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to be great, but I can tell you this: I'm more confident with Scott and Mcpherson being out there than what we had out there last year. Can we agree on that?
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree.
So I like our depth there now. You know, it was definitely, needed pickups. So, hey, that's a win.
All right, moving on. We're gonna go to the safety position, man, because I seen a lot of good safety play yesterday. Even out of what's the guy name that we drafted and we keep re-signing him every year?
Blake Countess.
Blake Countess. Even Blake Countess made some good plays yesterday. He came up, he played the run well. As well as he could when your linebackers and DBs, your linebackers and D-line getting their ass kicked like that. But he played it as well as he could. He made solid tackles. Who do you feel the odd man out at the safety position?
Go ahead, Drew.
Honestly, might be Marcus Epps, and that ties into, you've already got Rodney, you've got Harris, Adams, and Kayvon. The only reason to keep Epps here would be special teams, and we still don't necessarily know what we have there. But with how things could work out, I can see him being the odd man out.
Epps started a nice amount of games for us too over his career too. So it's like, I don't know. It might not be an Epps. It could be a Kayvon Wallace. You get me? Dude been hey. He been missing a ton of practices, man. Dude, like even last year he really missed the preseason last year. He got injured last year. So we're not really seeing that product on the field like we want to, but we know you got a sturdy safety in Epps. Epps can come in and he can start some games for you. So you never know. You never know. How you feel about the safety position, Uncensored?
I'm gonna say it's countless, man. Because no lie, Epps seems to be favoritized, a little bit, and that's fine. He's playing good, so I won't say that. I'm going to tell you this though: Kayvon Wallace is going to take y'all just like Quez did. Do not sleep on this fucking kid. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be good. I'm expecting the next Brian Dawkins, so to speak, from him. A solid player. Like, he's a big hitter. Dude, even BD said it. Even he said it himself. Come on.
That's like Dawkins, basically like his little son or something.
I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna be a dog, and it sucks that he had a hammy issue this week because I really wanted to see him. Hopefully, he plays this Thursday coming up. I'm telling you, dude, do not sleep on this guy. He's going to be awesome.
I liked him in college and all that, but you know how it is.
But I think But I think our future is right there. It's going to be Jacoby Stevens and Kayvon Wallace. That's going to be your safeties of the future, and that's a great combination. I love Jacoby Stevens as well. Right. And not just that, but he can play a little linebacker, so you can move him back and forth. You know, and whenever he's at linebacker, you can put X in. You know, so it's a good
like,
combo.
I'm not saying they could be that, but Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor type thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you feel me?
I
Yeah,
mean,
and like I said, I'm expecting either. This is the way I look at that, man. Out of these two players, between Kayvon Wallace and Jacoby Stevens, now I expect it more out of Jacoby, but Jacoby could be our Jamal Adams, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And if he can play that role, dude, that is a great thing to have. Like, he has the power. He's very fast. He can rush. He can sack. Like, he's kind of Jamal Adams.
Man. People don't know it, but he's a big
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. So he's kind of that Jamal Adams-ish style, you know? So if he can pull that off, man, that's a fucking win right there. Like, no lie.
Yeah,
He's the future, though.
I agree with you. Well, we gonna go to D line now. Then I mean, we saw the versatility of a Milton Williams. He was inside, he was outside. He gave you good rush from the outside. He gave you good push in the inside. So, who do you feel like is on the bubble on this defensive line, man?
So, on the defensive line, that's another tough one because that's a very good defensive line. But someone who I think really could be left out at this point is someone like a Rayquan Williams. He just hasn't performed.
Oh, he was shit last night.
Yeah, he played
God damn.
Even I didn't even see nothing out of the guy from USC. I didn't see him really do too much either yesterday.
Tupu or whatever.
He was getting pushed on his ass too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's gonna be a hard job, man. But I know for a fact our defensive tackle. I mean, they gonna keep Milton Williams as a defensive tackle. He's gonna be a versatile dude. I mean, they got Kerrigan gonna be there. Sweat gonna be there. Barnett gonna be there. Brandon Graham gonna be there. Hargraves, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams. Even damn, what's the guy name? The defensive tackle.
Jackson.
Yep, him. No, not Jackson. What's the guy name? We keep bringing him back.
For what? For DT?
Yeah. We drafted
Ridgeway?
Huh?
Ridgeway?
Yeah, Hassan Ridgeway. He gonna be there. So I mean, is that the D line is hard to like see what's gonna happen with them, but I feel like it's gonna be. You already know. I just said Barnett. It's gonna be Barnett, Sweat. That's gonna be there. Brandon Graham gonna be there. Milton Williams probably gonna be backing up Brandon Graham. I mean, Milton Williams probably gonna be backing up Hargraves or Fletcher Cox. Ridgeway gonna be there. I don't know who after that because I really ain't see too much out of the rest of them yesterday. But those dudes right there, they gonna be solid this year. Now is whoever else fall in line, whoever else the coaches feel like gonna give them the best reps while they on the field because we rotate defensive linemen a lot. I mean, just to keep them fresh. So I don't know, man. That's a hard one. It is hard, Jordy.
Yeah, and it's stacked all around, really, this line. From vets to young guys, so never know.
How you feel, Uncensored?
It's not hard, my guy. Pack Barnett's bags right now. Ship him out. I'm telling you. All right. Now listen, Williams, man. All right. First off, this kid's a fucking dog. He shut my mouth for a week. We talked about that. I give him that. Dude can ball. All right, but he can play everywhere. Jackson showed me promise last night. I must praise the kid. He showed me promise, and because of that and how deep we are there, and Kerrigan didn't even play last night, and we have the depth. You get rid of Barnett, bro. Get what you can for him and let Jackson play in his stead. You can get enough production out of Jackson as a rotational piece behind Sweat because Sweat's going to start anyway. you can get the same amount of production out of Jackson that you could Barnett. Or if not, he might be a little bit lower than him, but he'll get at least close. Because I haven't seen enough out of Barnett. I haven't seen the dedication out of him to truly sit here and say that he wants to play, that he wants that number one position. Because he's letting Sweat beat him. And Sweat's a monster. And we all see that. So at this point, because you have Kerrigan, because you have Williams, because you have Hargraves and Cox and all these guys that are going to be interchangeable and flip flopping all the time, dude, you can get rid of Barnett and still be all right. So look, yeah, this ain't even a. I don't like thinking about it anymore. I don't even want him here, man. Like, just let Sweat start and let Jackson ride behind him and get the experience for the following years. You know what I mean?
I heard Barnett been having a great camp though. It's like I don't really want Barnett to go, bro. I feel like Barnett can be he can be a dog, bro. He can be a dog when his head's straight. The only way I feel about Barnett is he does a lot of bonehead plays. Like
yeah.
It'll be a third down and 15. We about to get off the field.
How many roughing the passer calls does he have?
Or he'll get a personal foul. He'll start a fight with somebody. I'm like, bro, we about to get off the field. Why would you ever do something like that? And you know you're not gonna get that out of Josh Sweat. So It's like Josh Sweat gonna put his head down and just work.
Exactly.
So that's the pros and cons of it. Derek Barnett, he's like kind of leaning towards that dirty player title. But I feel like when Derek Barnett head is in it, he's a dog on the field. Like, so I wouldn't just want to get rid of him, bro. I don't know. That's just me.
It's production's, dude, for a first round pick, 15th overall, the production level isn't there. I mean, it's really not. And that's why I'm okay with it, because it's like, all right, maybe it is like a Carson Wentz situation. Maybe he just needs to change his scenery to be a dog, and I'm okay with that because we fucking have Sweat. Like I said, I get the favoritism. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone loves their certain players, and I get that. But you know what? It's okay to sit there and say, hey, sometimes players aren't just meant to be on your team.
Right. That's true.
You know?
True.
So I'm not saying that he can't be great, but maybe he's just not meant for us, and that's fine.
Yeah, that could be true, man. It could be true. I like Barnett though. I ain't gonna hold you. I like Barnett, man. He physical as hell. He do a lot of dumb shit, but he physical as hell. He do a lot of dumb stuff, man. Like, but I don't know, bro. It's like some dudes is like Barnett got Philadelphia. He just got that Philadelphia Eagle type attitude, bro. I just love Barnett.
Hey, man, listen. I hope he proves me wrong. I really do, because like I said, I have nothing hard against him. I don't mind him. I like Derek Barnett. Right. It's just for how high we picked him, he hasn't produced like a 15th overall pick. So it's like, dude, you got to show me, and I hope you do. Yeah, I just show me.
They paid him a lot of money to just be average. He's definitely been average over the past couple of seasons. I'm not going to even lie. I mean, his best season was his rookie year when we won the Super Bowl. Man.
Yeah.
I definitely get what you're saying. All right, now we're gonna move to the wide receiver position, man. I got my lineup already. It's for me. If we keep 5, for me it's gonna be Devontae Smith, Rager, Quez. I said Devontae Smith, Rager, Quez, Fulgham. And the fifth one kind of hard because I wanted to be Greg Ward, but I don't know.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on, man. Really? I want to sleep. I want to sleep good tonight. Come on.
I wanted to be Greg Ward, bro, but I kind of just knowing Howie Roseman, it might be JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
No, you didn't say it. You didn't say it. No.
Just that, no, bro. You know how that is, though, uncensored, man. That dude, he rock with his
I
draft picks
know.
until they break down, bro.
I know. I know.
I want him
Listen,
to be cracked,
it
though.
is just like
I want
Howie
him.
to do something like that. I know. I understand. I do. But I just don't like thinking about it. I mean, he's listen. Everybody sits there and says he's done so great so far. It's only a matter of time for him to fuck up. That would be his fuck up.
That's
Like
gonna
that,
be a fuck up, yep.
and that will probably end up being his fuck up. But I don't want to. No, I don't want to think that way, my guy. Don't. No.
Yeah, bro.
Well,
That's the harsh reality of having a GM like Howie Roseman, man. He ride with his draft picks. You know that. He rock with his draft picks, man. How you feel about that, Jody?
Honestly, I think we keep 6 receivers. Go Smith, Rieger, Quez, Fulgham, Ward, J-Jaw.
Mm-hmm. So
Because
you think Hightower done here?
I think Hightower's done. It's said that he's lost his love for the game. He's lost his drive, and that coupled with the problem with his hands, I don't think this is the right spot for him, especially with a confidence crisis or something like losing drive for the game. Because look at last year, Jake Elliott had a confidence crisis. Now he's back good, but
Right.
he had a confidence crisis last year, and everybody tore him apart. So honestly, I don't know if this is the right spot for Hightower now.
I agree, man. I definitely agree. You lost your love for the game. You know, y'all remember Titus Young? Titus Young said he lost his love for the game. Dude end up going into a mental institution. So it's like, I mean,
I shouldn't laugh about that. I'm such an asshole. I'm sorry.
I laugh too, bro. Seriously, like, I mean, so it happens. But you decide to get to this level to feel like you lost your love for the game. It's like you done already got so far. It's like some dudes just be mentally don't have it no more. I mean, how you feel about the wide receiver situation, uncensored?
No, I feel you, man. On the whole Hightower thing, lost for the game, all that. You know, that's the thing. You look at Watkins, my guy. He loves this fucking game. You can tell he studies the shit out of it. And look what happened. He's sky's the limit. You know, like he's fucking gone. Rocket man. You know.
Right.
You look at Smith, same way. You know, but you can only meet your max potential if you love it.
Right.
You're not going to meet your max potential if the love is not there. Because you're going to be effortless. You're not going to try, and if you're not going to try, you're never going to hit your max peak. You know, that's the difference between Hightower and Watkins. You know, so you know, I don't want a guy who doesn't want to play football. No, hands down. I can tell you that right now, because if you don't want to play football when you're out on that field and you're on my field and you take that snap, you're not putting 100% effort in, then why the fuck are you wearing my jersey? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pointless. It's dumb.
That's fact,
So,
bro. Like, if
yeah,
you don't
it
love
is.
the game, why play it? What you just the money now? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
bro.
So, you know,
LeBron ain't
but
get
but
LeBron
but
ain't
it's
get
gonna
great
be
about
just
loving
Greg
the
Ward.
game.
I'm stopping it. I'm stopping at Greg Ward, though, my guy. There's no sixth. J-Jaw is not making this fucking team. I'm putting my foot down. I'll at
No,
least
so
stand for y'all.
he,
I'll say it for y'all, and I'll
he
hold that
making
on
the
my
team.
shoulders.
Listen,
No.
he making it.
Hey, if he makes it, then you know what? That's fine. But I'll never say it. I can't say it. You know, and I'll always have this argument, my guy. Mac Hollins got cut from this team. There's no way J-Jaw makes this team. And I will stand by that.
I mean, bro, me and you, we know Howie Roseman like the back of our hand, bro.
I know.
J-Jaw making this team.
I just hope I hope he just goes through a
J-Jaw,
whole off
he
season.
gonna play special teams. He gonna play punt return. He gonna play kick return. everything. They gonna give him every opportunity to make this team. Watch. It's
Bro,
crazy.
that's fucking sad. You're gonna use a second round pick for fucking special teams. That is horrible, my guy. That's terrible. Holy shit! You can give that spot to somebody like anyone else. Like, are you? No, come on. That's a waste of a pick. You just trade his ass. Not like he's worth anything, but fuck, I don't care, man. No.
I mean, we not get too much back for him, but it's like, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
You're right though. You're right though. That's the one he's gonna fuck up on. No, I'm telling you, it is. It's gonna be the one that I'm gonna be like, there's the Howie Roseman we all come to love, right there.
exactly.
But hey, what though? If what happens though if he doesn't? That's the question. If he doesn't,
I mean, if Howie Roseman turned over a new leaf, I'll be happy. I mean, I'll be
that's
happy.
the ultimate question for
I
the
don't
fans,
feel like,
man. Right there.
me honestly, and I know y'all not gonna like this. I don't feel like we should give up on JJ Arcega-Whiteside so fast. I mean, it's only his third season. Look, listen. Hear me out, bro.
I'm listening.
Hear me out, bro.
I'm listening.
Listen, it's only his third season in the league, man. Some dudes, it just take that right coach, that right motivator, that right guy that could get you right. And JJ Arcega gonna be a beast like he was at Stanford. Yo, he was a monster at Stanford, bro. Dude was like damn near unguardable because he could go up and get the football. He wasn't super fast. He had great hands. He won the 50-50 balls. I mean, you could get that out of a Fulgham. You could get that out of dudes like that. But who knows? He might unlock his full potential. I always keep hope, Uncensored. I always keep hope.
Tell me though, did he take any snaps at wide receiver? I'm pretty sure the only snaps he took were at punt blocking. Like, if this kid is going to play, then why was he not out with wide receivers? Because he's not good. We heard the same reports last year. Oh, Jay Jaw's balling out in training camp. He's looking great. And then what? Season comes, no fucking Jay Jaw.
During the season.
No, he never even saw that. Yeah, because it doesn't exist.
I mean, he could block. Block his ass off.
I guess so, man. I guess.
He'll block his ass off.
No, but hey, that is my question for you though, and I've really tried to put my own thought into this, because it's one of those. It's a really hard question. What has to happen for Howie to keep his job?
Oh, we definitely gotta
because he's on the right track. He's on the right track. But what more does he have to do?
I mean, I feel like, to be honest, I feel like Howie Roseman's job is secure either way. I mean, he did everything he was supposed to do this offseason. He got us some money. I mean, he got us money. He pulled money out of his back pocket. It's like you restructured this dude, restructured that dude. I feel like that's gonna hurt us a little bit down the line. But as for this year, Howie Roseman did everything possible that you can think of. I mean, he drafted a Devontae Smith. When the last time we drafted a dude like Devontae Smith?
Oh, you're right.
He freed
now,
up.
Can
money.
I put this stipulation on the table for you real quick? Did he only do it to save his ass? Now, you sit here and say,
oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. How do you not know once he saves his ass, he's going to go right back to being the same dipshit Howie Roseman he's always been? That's what I'm saying. This might all be a mirage to save his ass, and then he's just going to go being back the retard. Like, you can't sit there and tell me. So how much are you willing to trust that, oh, this is him turning over a new leaf, or he knew he was on the hot seat and he doesn't want to fuck up? So now what does he have to do?
All right, he definitely was on the hot seat. all we can do is hope that this is Howie Roseman. I mean, all we can do is.
I feel you, man.
But all honesty, Howie Roseman didn't put together some teams. We can't front on
No,
Howie
he
Roseman.
didn't.
He didn't put together some teams. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
he didn't
he
put
didn't.
together some teams. So it's not like Howie Roseman always on bullshit. It's like sometimes he does get big headed. I feel like him and Doug going back and forth, the little power struggle they had made Howie Roseman get, into that situation. But it's like we can't front like Howie Roseman ain't put some goddamn teams together.
Oh no. He
he
definitely had
definitely
us
put
set up to
teams
go
together.
back to back, okay? But injuries held us back the second year from going back to back. But no, that was a brilliant plan by Howie. He had it all laid out, and it just didn't work out in his favor due to injuries. But how close were
Right.
we to going back to back though? We were seconds away. It was right there. We could all taste it. But then
It was
Jeffrey dropped that ball,
Alshon
and
Jeffrey
that was it.
drop away.
Yeah. But that was brilliant. I mean, he had it all perfectly pieced up, but then our quarterback situation didn't work out. And then blah, 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 which, by the way, blows my fucking mind. I got to ask this. You know how they sat there and said, oh, this was all a big fucking Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson. They fell off and they didn't like each other and blah, blah. Who the fuck just joined the Indianapolis Colts today? Doug fucking Peterson is now a coach in Indy. So wait a second. I thought these guys didn't like each other, right? How much is the bullshit really gonna come to light? You know what I'm saying? Like, you sit here and say, "Oh, they were dysfunctional," but now he's in Indy coaching Carson Wentz. Explain, please. What? Make light of this, because in my eyes, if you're dysfunctional, you're not going to go and coach somebody you just were dysfunctional with, correct? That's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
So
let me bring
that
Dirty
proves
back
to
in. How you
me
feel about
that the media lied. That proves to me that the media lied about them being dysfunctional. There was no dysfunction. So what was the truth?
The truth was it was Howie Roseman, bro. Howie Roseman
But that's what I'm saying. It comes to
coaching
light.
decisions.
It all comes
Go
to
ahead,
light,
Dirty.
my guy. That shows how much bullshit it really was. Because he's now coaching Carson Wentz. You don't go coach somebody you have beef with.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, you don't do that.
It was Howie Roseman, dog. It was Howie Roseman. Doug ain't like Howie Roseman. Carson ain't like Howie Roseman. I feel like that whole last season was just a plan for them dudes to just get out of there. You get me? It's crazy, like you said. Everything in the dark come to the light. Everything don't gotta be said. You know what I mean? Everything don't gotta be said, bro. What's in the dark comes to the light eventually. Frank Wright even bringing Doug Peterson over there tells me that him and Carson Wentz had no problems. I mean, him and Carson Wentz had no problems. Just like Doug was saying, me and Carson Wentz, we cool. He ain't gonna come out there and say, Howie Roseman, we don't fuck with Howie Roseman. He's not gonna come out there and say that. I mean, because at the end of the day, you still gotta get you another job. You know what I mean? You gotta get, if you coming out saying stuff like that, nobody gonna want to work with you. So it's like, I mean, we all, but on some real uncensored, you ain't know. We all knew it was Howie Roseman. You get me?
Oh, for sure.
We all knew it was Howie
But see,
Roseman.
right
So
there,
that's
does
not no
that
big
mean you should
surprise.
not be our GM anymore? Because, dude, you just sacrificed our franchise quarterback and our Super Bowl winning head coach because of what? Therefore, you automatically lose your GM priority. Like, you're not priority number one anymore. You know what I'm saying? But please, I need opinions. I need opinions. So please tell me. I really want opinions here. If I'm wrong, please tell me I am.
Go ahead, Jody.
So, this whole situation, and I was talking about it with some other Philly fans earlier today, that I think this was either Howie Roseman or a mix of Roseman and Lurie wanted either Doug and or Wentz gone. And part of it may be true, part of it may not be. I mean, who knows? Maybe Doug and Wentz wanted out, and Howie was stuck in a power struggle, and it was something that kind of grew beneath or behind the curtains, and then Lurie stepped in. Who knows?
Yeah.
And there's a long history of behind the scenes moves or things that have happened because of Lurie that really isn't talked about. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if there was influence from Lurie. It wouldn't at all.
I agree with you,
All right.
bro. It's like
Well,
I agree with you. It's like I feel like Jeffrey Lurie been calling the shots, like calling the football shots for a while now. And he tried to use Howie Roseman as a cover up. That's the only reason Howie Roseman's still here. I mean, so it's like, I mean, what can you really say? We Eagles fans at the end of the day, we gonna rock with our team.
Yeah.
But I feel like that whole situation last year, even with the Carson Wentz thing, we never saw Carson Wentz play that goddamn bad, bro. We never seen him play that goddamn bad. It was like he didn't care out there at the while. So it's like, you never know the discussions they having. You know that's millionaires talking to billionaires. I mean, you never know the discussion they was having. I mean, they probably was planning on getting rid of Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson could have been saying fuck it at the while. Like, I don't care about this team.
Well, from what I get out of it, man. Yeah, from what I get out of it, brother, is you know, at the last 4 games there, from what I heard, is Jeffrey Lurie wanted to go with Jalen Hurts at the end of the year. His mind was set that Jalen Hurts was the future of this team. And I mean, he pretty much said it himself. Well,
so you think Jalen Hurts was a Jeffrey Lurie pick, not a Howie Roseman pick?
I think Jalen Hurts was a Jeffrey Lurie pick, not a Howie Roseman pick, and not a Doug Peterson pick. I believe the reason that Doug Peterson left is because, well, first off, he intentionally fired himself because he wanted to stay with Carson Wentz, but Jeff already had his mind made up. And I believe Howie, he's not going to leave over that, obviously. You know, why would you? You make millions. I mean, you're not going to leave that. But I believe Howie was totally against it. But because they have a close relationship, he's going to do whatever Jeff tells him to do because that's like a dad to him, you know? So I believe he was totally against it, though. But that's why you now see Doug with Wentz because, dude, that they never had an issue. They had an issue with higher up people, and that's bad.
Yep.
You know, because in my sight now that I look at that situation, are we going to have the same issue with Hurts? Like, what if he comes out here and he's successful? Like, where does this cycle stop? Because we've already seen the success once with Wentz. Yeah, he had some down years there, but at 19 he did great at the end of the year. You kind of seen him coming back, and then next thing you know, right to the ground. It just dropped. The floor went out from underneath him. You know what I mean? So it's like
never seen nobody collapse like that, bro.
Yeah, he was worse than his rookie season. You know, that's bad. That's really bad. That's regressing at a terrible rate. And it's like, you know, are we going to start seeing the same thing with Hurts now? I don't want to go through that again. So it's like, do we resolve the situation and just get somebody new in here and see what happens? Because don't get me wrong. Yes, Howie is good with manipulating money and doing trades, but so's other people. You know, he's not the only one that can do what he does. So
that's true. That's true. I mean,
Jeff needs somebody that will put him in his place.
I don't know, bro. It's like I don't feel like on some real. I don't feel like Howie Roseman is fighting for his job right now, like we think he is. I mean,
probably not.
Howie Roseman is gonna be here as long as Jeffrey Lurie here.
No lie, bro. I even had a thought that.
Who knows?
Yeah, I even thought that in a dark way, somehow, some way down the road, Howie Roseman inherits this team. But that's a shitty fucking way of looking at it.
Oh, that's crazy because
You
I
know
was
what I'm
thinking the
saying?
same thing.
You know what I'm saying,
Yo,
man?
once Jeffrey Lurie back, Howard Roseman gonna be the owner of this goddamn team, bro.
I would shit
You
bricks,
gotta think
bro.
about it
Oh
though.
my god.
Jeffrey Lurie Howie Roseman been through the Andy Reid era, the Chip Kelly era. Now he's going through the Doug Peterson era. Now he's going through the Nick Sirianni era. He's not just sticking around for no reason, bro.
He's
Not
the
just sticking
only
around for no.
GM in NFL history to ever survive 4 coaching changes. Usually, when a coach goes, the GM goes. The GM down, they all get laid down and they all get rebuilt. He survived 4. That means something huge. Like, you can't sit there and tell me that a man who survives 4 head coaching changes. No, there's something deeper there. It's like you said. Yes, it's a father-son bond that they have. They've been working together for a long time. I would
Right.
not be amazed if he's not being primed. By Jeffrey. To inherit something somewhere down the road. I don't know, man. That you survived 4. You're on your 4th coach. I don't get it.
He next in line. I wouldn't be surprised once Jeffrey hang it up. Howie Roseman be the owner of this team. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I mean, I know he has kids,
All right,
but who says they want it?
you got
I
kids,
mean,
but
they might not like it.
That's his son. How y'all feel? All right. How y'all feel about Tyree Jackson, man? Because dude is a mismatched nightmare. It's like he's 6'7". He can run routes. He has good hands. He has a good enough speed to run away from dudes. So how y'all feel about Tyree Jackson making his roster? Because Richard Rodgers right there too. Richard Rodgers has been putting in some good work for us. So how y'all feel about the whole Tyree Jackson project thing? Go ahead, Jordy.
Honestly, I think Tyree could be another Logan Thomas, and that right now he's going to fight Richard Rodgers for this 3rd tight end spot, because for now I see Ertz being here, whether that be for 1 week, 8 weeks, the whole season. I don't know, but I know he's going to be here for a while. And Rich Rod, you can't let either go anywhere, even practice squad, because they will get scooped up. So, and you can't stash either one of them unless one goes down. So right now you're in a situation where it's one or the other. And right now I see Jackson as the tight end 3 till Rich Rod can show something.
You're carrying 4, man. You're carrying 4. You're not getting rid of any of them. You're not getting rid of any of them. Like there's like I said, that's why I have us carrying 5 wide receivers, because I have us carrying 5 halfbacks and 4 tight ends, but I only have us carrying 2 QBs. That's going to be Hurts and Flacco. So
right.
There's no way Tyree Jackson is getting off this team, because you know how you praise JJ with Howie, dude. Jackson is Howie. Jackson is Howie.
Jackson.
No, but Howie chose Jackson. The reason we have Jackson is because Howie wanted it. This is his project. So therefore, Jackson ain't going nowhere, because he thinks of Jackson just like he thinks of JJ. But I think he likes Jackson way more than JJ. And I believe because Jackson is... Listen, you got to understand, this kid is this is his first year transitioning to tight end, and he's already good. I mean, he's really fucking good. Imagine what he's going to be next year and the year after. Like how he's drooling over this kid right now. And the fact that he, like you said, he's 6'7", 250, and he runs a 4.4. You can also put him at a wide receiver spot as well. You can put him in the slot. You can do some things with him. Imagine Kyle Pitts 2.0, so to speak. That's kind of what he is.
In the red zone. He gonna be dangerous in the red zone.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. I believe Richard Rodgers needs to step aside, bro, because Tyree Jackson is fucking gonna come flying through, bro. Rodgers is 4, Tyree is gonna be 3. Yeah, he's on blast right now.
Richard Rodgers is on the side now.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love that, but with the even with the Ertz thing, I would love for Ertz to stay on this team. I don't know why everybody want to get rid of Ertz so bad. It's like when you have a young quarterback, the best thing you can give him is a reliable weapon. Ertz gonna be open. He's been open his whole career. He's gonna be open. I don't understand how he gets open because he's so slow, but he's always open. He's an exceptional route runner. Zach Ertz has been our leading receiver, except for last year, the past 4 years. So, in receptions, touchdowns. So, I'm thinking having the Zach Ertz on this roster, it wouldn't be as bad as people think it is. I mean, depending on how Zach Ertz feels, because he wants to get paid. But depending on how Zach Ertz feel about the situation, having the Zach Ertz on the roster will help Jalen out so much, man. Like it'll help the run game out because you're gonna have to double team Ertz. You gotta double team Zach Ertz, like, or unless he gonna catch 100 passes on you in the season again. You gotta double team Zach Ertz. He been looking good in practice. When I went to the open practice, I seen Zach Ertz. He still looked like the same Zach Ertz. He never been fast. He always been a good route runner. He can fill out zones, stuff like that. So why not pair your young quarterback with a dude that's a wily veteran in this league? I don't understand why people want to get rid of him so bad. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah. Ertz, honestly, he's always kind of had a spot with me. He's always had a spot in this team. I've always held him high, not as high as Brent Selleck, but still very high. And I've always been proud to have him on the team, but this is one situation that I think this can be his last year, but I want to let him go off on a last hurrah. Let him play out his contract, and then if he doesn't want to re-sign for a more team-friendly deal, then you can let him have his one big contract, and then if he wants to come back, he can come back. And by doing that, you also give him a chance at breaking that receptions record for the franchise that I think he probably deserves to break because of all the work he's put in for us.
He definitely deserves it. Go ahead, Uncensored.
Listen, my guy. I am a huge fan of Zach Ertz. I have been torn on Zach Ertz all year. I know he will be a mentor in that room, and I love that about it. But the one thing that comes to my attention is Hurts said to everyone, and it's quoted out there, he wants Zach Ertz. He's comfortable with Zach Ertz. So just let it go. Your quarterback wants him, so get over it. That's a good connection. Hurts the Ertz, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm with Jordy. After this year, hey, you want to prove your worth and go, that's fine. It is. Because we do have talent coming up behind him. But I believe for this year, I know a lot of people want to sit there and they want to compare Goddard and Ertz. He doesn't give us yak yards and blah, blah, blah. Well, no shit, because he's a possession catcher. Ertz has never been a yak yard guy. He never has been. He's the guarantee 3rd and 8, you need a first down, he's open, he'll catch it 98% of the time, 99% of the time. Now and then he misses, but yeah, but he catches the ball. That's what his specialty is. He's the guy that he's your definite. When you need him, he's there. And that's something Hurts needs. This is his year. You sit there and say you want to give him the best opportunity, the best players to prove if he can be the leader of this team. Ertz is part of that. You need Ertz to be able to give him that solid, guy. Because what happens, I can't promise you. There's catches that Ertz can make that Goddard can't. There's catches that Goddard can make that Ertz can't. They compensate each other very well.
I think for real Goddard more explosive than Ertz.
For sure.
Ertz is
yes.
more of a reliable tight end. Like
yes.
Ertz is one of those dudes. If you like you said, if you need that 3rd and 8, Ertz will go get it for you. If you need that 3rd and 5, Ertz will go get it for you.
Yep. That crunch time is when you need Ertz. That's when you need him. You need Goddard for the big playmaking ability at the beginning of the games, to get you 20-yard gains, 30-yard gains, through the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But when it comes down to the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left, that's when you need Ertz. You know what I mean? And that's why he is important, especially if you want to give Jalen Hurts a fair opportunity. So getting rid of him is not a good idea. And I don't think it's even something that needs to be brought up. Yes, we have talent behind him, but our quarterback is comfortable with him. So let's keep him, because that's something we can build off of, at least for this year.
Mm-hmm. And plus, Ertz one of those guys, he gonna show up in big games. I mean, Jalen. Zach Ertz gonna show up in big games, man. The dude been playing in big games his whole career for real. I mean, in the bright lights against Dallas, against the New York Giants. Zach Ertz always been one of those dudes. I mean, he might not give you the yak and all that stuff like that, but he's gonna give you those 8 to 10 catches, 5, 6 first downs, a touchdown or 2. Zach Ertz has always been one of those dudes, bro. He's one of those Eagles legends. Zach Ertz is a legend in Philadelphia. That's why he cries when he goes to that podium. That's why he's so emotional about Philadelphia, because he's been here his whole career. He put in all his work in Philly. He don't want to be on another team, but they're trying to do him dirty. They're trying to do him dirty. They're going to pay Dallas Goedert. Probably more than they ever pay Ertz. They're going to have to pay Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert ain't as loyal to Philadelphia as Ertz is.
I don't see why we can't have them both, man. We had Ertz and Kelsey or Selleck at one time. And we think of Selleck as one of the greats. And we had Ertz and him both at one time. Why can't we have it both this time? There's no reason they both can't be here. Selleck understood his role. He understood to take a backseat to Ertz when it was his time, and he did. Why can't Ertz do the same thing? There's no reason to. And if something happens to Goddard, guess what? You still got Ertz, and that's a really good backup. And then you have Tyree Jackson or Goddard to fill that second role. But at least you still have Ertz, someone he's comfortable with. And that's the thing. Everyone wants to give him shit about not having the yak yards. Well, at least when he catches it, he falls right to the ground, and he's not fumbling. How many times has Goddard fumbled?
Goddard fumbled a lot.
He fumbles a lot, but he makes great plays.
On the field for us.
Yeah, but he makes great plays, though. I'll tell you what, he makes lights out plays. Goddard does, but he's more capable of fumbling. Yeah, I love him too, but his style of play makes him more capable of fumbling, which costs us games. To where Ertz plays style at least secures it and says, "Hey, when I get you the first down and I drop to the ground, we move up and we keep going." His fumble rate is damn near 0 because he doesn't go for the yak yards that often. He takes that first hit and goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Dallas Goedert a dude that he gonna fight for them yards and stuff. Zach Ertz not that. Zach Ertz getting what he gonna get and getting his ass down or out of bounds. I mean,
but they both have their strengths and their play style, though.
Yeah, they do. But Dallas Goedert, to me, Dallas Goedert play style is going to lead to him being injured more. All right? Zach Ertz know now. He's like, I'm going to fight for this. If it's a corner there, it's just him in the corner, he's going to fight for it. But in a crowd of defenders and stuff like that, Dallas Goedert don't understand that yet. He's not at that level where he's understanding that yet. He's still thinking he can just overpower everybody
Mr.
or run
Invincible.
past everybody. Zach Ertz knows the game now. He's a Super Bowl winning champion. He knows, like, to extend my career, I'm not going to go up against these dudes like that. I'm going to get what I'm going to get, and I'm going to get my ass out of bounds. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll take that. Only way I won't take that is the game on the line and you stepping out of bounds or you not fighting for that first down. Then we're going to have a problem. But other than that, if it's first quarter, second quarter, stuff like that, you don't got to be Superman all the time. You can get your ass out of bounds. You can get your ass on the ground. You can catch that ball, fall on the ground, bro. You don't got to fight for extra yards all the time. That leads to injuries. That leads to fumbles. I mean, he just got to know. He got to know the situation of the game. Dallas Goedert a little younger. He used to being bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. But now you got defensive tackles and linebackers running 4.2, 4.3s. You're not going to outrun everybody. You're not going to out-physical everybody. So, I mean, that's something Dallas Goedert got to work out on his own. But I know Zach Ertz is going to be that reliable tight end that's going to get us them yards. That Jason Witten, that Tony Gonzalez. He's going to be that for Jalen Hurts. So I'd rather, at this point, have a Zach Ertz on the team than a Dallas Goedert. And there's no slight to Dallas Goedert. I love Dallas Goedert, but I'd rather have a Zach Ertz here than a Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, no, and I agree, man. And you know, the one thing that I never was able to wrap my head around is this was Ertz's first season having a down season.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The year before that, he broke the all-time receiving record in a single season.
Right.
When did we start being the fan base to not let a guy have a down year? Like he's played so long for us, you know, and he's been so good for so long. Let him have one down year. Okay, it was a bad year. Okay, yeah, they all had bad years that year. But I'm not ready to write him off and say he still can't play because he had one bad year out of 8. Like, what?
Exactly.
You know, like, what? Why are we sitting here acting like he's done? This man has played with broken ribs, a lacerated kidney for us. You know, for us. And you know what? You sit there and say he doesn't get the yak yards, but I love what you said. He does it when it matters most. What the fuck did he do in the Super Bowl when it mattered most? He fought, he jumped, and he got over the line, and he scored that touchdown. That was him fighting for them extra yards. But that's when it mattered most.
We don't have no Super Bowl without Zach Ertz, man.
That's what, yeah, exactly.
Zach Ertz balled out that season.
Exactly, but he saved it for when it mattered most. He doesn't have to do it all the time. He only does it when he needs to. And he plays smart. What's wrong with that?
How you feel about that, Jordy?
Yeah, and the thing about Ertz is he's never really had big injuries. Goddard, with the way he's playing, with the aggressiveness and all that, he's going to take some hits. And physical tight ends don't last as long as more possession tight ends, more bigger body possession tight ends. That's just how the NFL is. And there's starting to be a bit more aggressive fight for yard tight ends, but there's still a lot of possession tight ends that don't give you much yak, but will give you a lot of consistency out there. And it's something that's been around for a long time. It's something that's going to be around. And Ertz is one of those guys. He's contributed for years. So he really deserves a chance here on this roster again. But I mean, Philly fans at this point just want to go back to a Super Bowl. I get it, but you got to give these guys time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but one bad year is not worthy of condemning someone.
Well,
I mean that's terrible. I mean, do you realize? And this is a funny stat of mine. You know, like for instance, how people tore up Carson Wentz last year. Do you know that in Peyton Manning's 5th season, he had the same exact statistical stats as Carson Wentz did last year? His 5th year.
Indy didn't give up on
And
him.
Peyton Manning is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever fucking live. And he had the same exact stats his 5th season as Carson Wentz. And look what happened.
Yo, uncensored. I be trying to tell dudes, bro. It's like, I feel like after that Super Bowl year, that's when Philly fans start turning on Carson Wentz. After Nick won that Super Bowl, it went downhill from there. No matter what Carson would have did here, no matter what he would have did here, if he ain't win a Super Bowl this year, that year, he never was going to succeed here. That's when that, like on some real, before all that, Philly fans was, I mean, we were still passionate, all stuff like, but we never even seen a Super Bowl. After that Super Bowl year, Philly, I would have loved it, but the casual,
well, we did see one in 05.
Like that, the casual Philly fans and stuff like that, they expected us to be winning Super Bowls every year. And when it didn't go that way, that's when they start turning on the team. Not even just Carson. They start turning on the team. They start eating up everything the media say. Even to this day, it's people, I've been all on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Everybody is dogging out Jalen Hurts, and I'm like, I don't understand why this is happening right now. Like, dude, really, like, why would y'all be mad at Jalen Hurts right now? Right? Y'all want to go back to the days with the Kevin Cobbs and the Ty Detmers and when we switching quarterbacks every goddamn year, we running through quarterback after quarterback. I don't want to be that team. I want to be the team that has a solid starting quarterback and we just build around him every year. The team might change, but we still got the same quarterback, the same consistent quarterback. And we don't know what we have in Jalen Hurts right now. But dudes, they're gonna make it easy for Jalen Hurts to get up out of here, man. And I don't want that. I didn't want Carson to leave, to be honest. I mean, I didn't want Carson to leave, but it got to the point where he couldn't bear it no more. Just like Doug Peterson, it got to the point where he couldn't bear it no more.
Let me bring up a valid point here, my guy. All right. If you look at all the successful franchises in the NFL, it's stability. All right. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had 3 head coaches in the last 30 years. That's fucking tremendous. That's an amazing stat. 3 head coaches in 30 years. That says something.
Great.
That's stability, man. All right. Ben has been their starting quarterback for, I believe this is his 18th season. That's stability. Mm-hmm. Same with the Saints. Sean Payton. He's been there, 10 seasons? Drew Brees. He was there, stability. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Joe Flacco when he was with Baltimore, and Shanahan when he was there. Or wait, was that was his head coach, right? Shanahan?
For who?
For Baltimore that year? That was Shanahan when they won the Super Bowl, right?
That was Harbaugh. Harbaugh was there.
Harbaugh. Okay, yeah. What's up, buddy?
Talking about Chiefs Kingdom all the time.
but Harbaugh, Harbaugh was there for a while and Flacco. They won a Super Bowl. It's all about stability, man. But then you go and you look at the Cleveland Browns. 20 years, man. New head coach after new head coach after new quarterback after new quarterback. Never won. The Jets, same way. The Jags, same way. You know, you look at, I do not want to get into that rotation, you know, and I kind of feel it. You know, Chip Kelly was 4, Doug Peterson was 4 or 5, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was, 4 or 5. You know, I can feel us getting into that 4 or 5 category. Then it's going to start dropping to like 2 or 3, and then it's going to be 1 to 1. And it's like, no, just grab a guy you like and stick with him. Get a quarterback you like, stick with it. You
Right.
know, I want to see consistency. You're not going to win championships changing your quarterback every year and changing your head coach every year. It's just not going to
Yeah,
fucking happen.
it ain't gonna happen at all.
No.
Like that Super Bowl we won in 17, that's kind of was an outlier. I mean, Doug Peterson's second year, everything was going right for us. But
Yeah.
like you said, you gotta have consistency. You got to. Even with McNabb. We ain't win a Super Bowl, but we was in the playoffs. We was in the conference finals year after year after year after year. That's consistency.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys ain't been to the goddamn conference finals in what 20 something 20
95.
plus years.
95 was their last year.
That's horrible. I don't
Yeah.
care how many Super Bowls you had, bro. If you
25
I
year
was
drought.
what
25-year drought. That's
right. That's
fucking
why I
bad.
be screaming like Cowboys. Y'all got no room to talk about nobody. A lot of y'all wasn't even born when them Super Bowls were won. A lot of y'all
Right?
wasn't even focusing on football when them Super Bowl was. If you was my age, and I'm about to be 30 in October, if you was my age, you never witnessed the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. I mean, you probably sat there, but you don't know what happened. Like
I
you
was
wasn't
6.
really interested in football because you were
Hey,
like 4 years
put
old.
put this into perspective real quick. I don't know how old you are, but the last time Dallas won a Super Bowl, I was 6. I'm 33.
Oh, so that means you 2 years older than me then. Because I was
But
4 when
that's
they
a
won that.
big gap, man. That's a huge gap. You know, 6 years old to 33. Just number wise, you know, put that into perspective. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah. Shit, you done got your first piece of ass, everything before they won. Before they went to another Eastern Conference Finals. You done paid your mortgage, everything. That's crazy. Like that's horrible, bro. Probably went through like 2, 3 jobs by then. They still ain't make it back to the Eastern
I
Conference.
got my
Eastern Conference.
license, bought my
I mean,
first car. Hell, dude, I moved to Alaska, moved to Texas and shit before y'all even got back.
that's crazy, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get to that point where we like that. Cause you know our Super Bowl coming up on 5 years?
Yeah.
Man, coming up on 5 years. That's not a long time ago, but it kinda is in football years. I mean, it's so I don't want to be at that point where we just we got the one joint. I don't want to be the Baltimore Ravens before they won a second one.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that team. I want to be the team that's competing every year for Super Bowls. I mean, and I feel like Jalen Hurts could be one of those guys that can get us there. I mean, you know, Russell Wilson won one. They thought Russell Wilson couldn't do it. Even though he had a dominant defense, he still is one of the key contributors on that team. I mean,
Bro, I'm
so it's
telling you,
like
Denver
I don't want to
Denver
be
threw
the
that
team that
game,
we
bro.
keep switching coaches and quarterbacks every
Denver.
goddamn year. I don't want
Yo,
to
you
be that
can't tell
team.
me Denver didn't throw that game. Denver threw that fucking game. Seahawks, I don't know what the
They
fuck
was
happened
getting
there,
their ass
man.
kicked.
Yo, that was the worst performance I've ever fucking seen. No lie. As soon as that ball got shot over Peyton Manning's head, I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, that is not
It
like
was
them. They were solid all year. And then you choose the one time you choose to suck is the most important game. Really? Like, I didn't understand it. I was like, that was so. Huh?
You think they threw that game?
Oh, dude, they had to have, man. Come on, because the following year they came back and fucked everyone up. Think
Right.
about it.
They
Like,
won
you
it the
can't
next
say
year.
that game wasn't thrown. Come on.
I don't know, man. I just think Seattle
Uh,
defense was
dude, there's no
that
way
defense
that
was the
defense
real
should have
deal.
been able to demolish Peyton Manning like that, though. We're talking about Peyton Manning. Like, come on, dude.
But you
That's
gotta
why his
think about it
forehead is
though.
so fucking
Them
huge
pit
because he has all those plays stored, remember? Like, you can't tell me he was supposed to lose that game. There's no way. He could have, dude, he could have destroyed the Legion of Boom. Come on. It's Peyton Manning.
But you gotta think about it though. When Peyton Manning went up against those Bill Belichick defenses, they was kicking his ass too though. I mean, Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts, they was a finesse offense. They went up against a physical defense. They always got that ass whooped. So it was
No,
like,
that was when he was in Denver. That was in Denver.
now I'm
That was
talking
when
about
he had Von Miller in them.
Remember, yeah, that year they in Denver they dropped I think they was the number one offense that year, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had no issues all fucking year long, bro. They were blowing people out 54 to fucking, oh my, I forget what the scores were, bro, but they were putting ridiculous numbers up. I mean, numbers never before seen. Like, it was fucking insane. And then the
They
one
whooped our
time you
ass that
choose to
year,
be
remember?
shit is that game? Really?
They whooped our ass that year. They put up like 50 on us that year.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So the one time you choose to be shit is that fucking game. Nah, bro. No, cut. No, we're no. That game was so fucking dude. What did the Seahawks? What was it at halftime? Fucking 42-0, something like that. It was ridiculous. I was like, "There's
That
no
shit was like
fucking way."
42-3, I think, or
Yeah,
something.
it was. I was like, "There's no way." This offense did not score a single fucking point. Peyton Manning threw like 3 interceptions. I'm like, "Fuck out of here!" No way, dude. That was trash.
Bro, that joke, it looked horrible though. That game was over at halftime. I was like, damn,
Yo, you know the other
y'all got your
staged
ass kicked
one?
like
You know
that.
the other staged one? The one that the fucking Seahawks threw the pick on Patriots when they should have ran the fucking ball with
At the goal line.
Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line. You can't
Yeah,
tell me that was not fucking staged. Dude, no one in their right fucking mind when you have Marshawn Lynch passes the goddamn ball with the game on the line. Fuck you. No, I will not fall for that.
especially
That
when
is
Marshawn
no.
running it down their throat all game.
Yeah,
He was running
I
it down
am.
their
That is
throat all game.
unacceptable. Unacceptable. You cannot tell me that. No, fuck no, 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 no. You know what I'm
Hey
saying,
yo,
bro. You know what I'm saying.
I mean, listen, we talk millionaires talking to billionaires, bro.
It's all about
I
money,
mean, that's
bro. It's
about
about
pay
money,
grade.
and
It's
Tom
about
Brady
that pay
is
grade.
money. Tom Brady's money.
Uh-huh.
Of course, the motherfucker's gonna win 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that was horrible. I ain't never seen no shit like that, bro. Like Marshawn, they gave the ball to Beast Mode 4 times just to get down to the goal line. Then you pass it on the goal line. Why
When it
not keep
matters most, when it matters most, you pass it. Yo, and the funny part is the corner already broke on that play. Like Russ never should have.
yeah.
If Russ was Russell Wilson on that play in his right mind, he never would have thrown that ball because that corner was already breaking on him. He knew that fucking play was coming before they even threw the ball. Like, dude,
He
no,
did.
no, no, no.
He did though. I'm just glad the motherfuckers ain't beat us in the chip the last joint.
I
that,
thought
that
they were
dude
going
Brady,
to,
you
bro.
can't take nothing away from me. Brady is a dog, man.
Hey
Brady's a
man, I
dog.
won't lie. I won't lie. Going into the Super Bowl, bro, I thought that they were because I was a big conspiracy theory that it was a lot about Tom Brady. But I'll tell you what, they proved me wrong because you know what? I feel we got fucked out of the '05 one. We did. I feel a lot of people feel that
Yeah,
way.
we
We
did
had
though.
that one. That was ours. Somehow, some way, I don't know what the fuck happened. We got fucked. It was that simple.
That
But
was that
so
Deflategate year. I mean, that was
so
that Spygate year. That was
yeah.
that Spygate year.
So I feel, we got fucked out of that Super Bowl. There was some calls there that shouldn't have been made, but it is what it is. But hey, we got redemption. But going into that, I was like, are they going to fuck us again? Are they really going to do it? Are they going to continue the drought?
I was
I,
scared too. I ain't even gonna hold you. I
yeah.
was scared to death, bro. I
But
was
you know
scared
what,
to
though?
death.
That's what made it so much more enjoyable for me. Because the whole time I was like, how are you going to fuck us? How are you going to fuck us? And then they didn't. And I was like, it's about goddamn time. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, bro, we deserved that one though. We deserved that Super Bowl. I ain't even gonna hold you. We fought hard as hell in that jump.
yeah.
Like our defense was getting murdered by Tom Brady. Tom Brady was murdering us. But, Nick Foles stepped up and did his thing. That's why Nick Foles always gonna be a Philadelphia legend. I don't care how many seasons he didn't start or finish or nothing like that. Nick Foles gonna be one of them dudes you talk about when you get older to your kids and stuff like that. He's a
Now,
legend in Philadelphia.
I got to ask you this question, and it's actually important, and it involves him. So I guess there was a rumor floating around the other day because of Dak's situation with the shoulder, and it might be a little more severe than what they put on to be, and because he might be injured and miss time, that they were actually saying that Nick Foles might go to Dallas. Does that tarnish his name then if he actually does that and goes to Dallas?
Yes.
I mean, go ahead, Jody.
That was a quick answer, my guy. Holy shit.
It really does, because you've got a statue. He's got a statue outside the link, and then you immediately go, and then Philly's the only place you've been good. Then you go to Dallas and say, well, let me face them 2 times this year. I'm sorry, but if it wasn't for Howie Roseman, who knows where Nick Foles would be at right now? He almost retired before he came to Philly for 2017. Honestly, and it does tarnish his legacy, because Super Bowl MVP to Dallas Cowboy. Really? Even if it's 1 year.
But hold up though. How about from just from a career decision? I mean, no lie though, you got to look at it in this standpoint. He right now, realistically, he's the backup to Justin Fields. Justin Fields is starting week 1. Okay. He might even be the backup to Andy Dalton. Yeah. So if Dallas came to you right now as a 3rd-string quarterback and said, hey, we want you to come start in place of Dak because he's not going to be available, you wouldn't take that offer?
But here's what doesn't make sense. You're going to a guy who has never really been good at a Philly, and that's a division rival, and you go, oh yeah, come here in place of Dak, at least for now, and then let's see what you can do. He wasn't good in Jacksonville. He wasn't good with the Bears. He wasn't good in any of his stints before the 2nd stint in Philly. You're really going to hinge on a guy who is nearing the end of his career that's never been good at a Philly?
Yes, because here's the thing. What's the one thing that Jerry Jones and Jeffrey Lurie have in common? Their egos are very big. And what's the one thing that Jerry Jones doesn't have that Jeffrey Lurie has right now? A current Super Bowl. Well, that came with Nick Foles, okay? For some odd reason, I feel Jerry Jones feels he can, if he would bring Nick there, he could capture that magic because his offense is good enough to carry Nick, just like we had in 17. So he feels he could he could kind of resurge that energy with Nick, so to speak. You know what I mean? So in a way, it's a brilliant thought, but I just don't know if it'll work. But I do understand why he looks at it in that sense. Do you understand what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, but that offense that 2017 offense was one of a kind. I don't think you can build something exactly like that ever again. And right now, Dallas is riding on the coattails of a very banged up Zeke that his shelf life could be over this year. It could be over in 3 years. We don't know.
True.
And there,
Pollard is good though.
all that's behind him really is Pollard. Their
Yeah.
offensive line is getting up there in age. And as much as I'm a big Zach Martin fan, because he is a former Notre Dame guy, he's not in his prime. That offensive line just also lost Travis Frederick. Smith's also nearing the end of his career.
Smith getting to the end of his career too.
Yeah, and that offensive line's not top 5 anymore. The defense, it's not going to carry that team. It's young, it's somewhat young and inexperienced, and you can't hinge on that. And what carried Nick Foles throughout the playoffs most of the time, his defense, especially in the first 2 games of the playoffs.
I'm gonna say this though. Do we hate Randall Cunningham for going to Dallas? Everybody still praise Randall Cunningham. So, I understand the Philly thing, but Nick Foles got to do his best for his career.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If he's offered that,
and why wouldn't you want to be with a Amari Cooper, a CeeDee Lamb, a Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard? Why wouldn't you want to be with them kind of guys? Everybody saying Nick Foles is washed up. Why not try to revitalize your career with those guys? That's a down. If Dak Prescott would have stayed healthy last year, they would have broke tons of records last year. The way he was throwing that rock around, throwing for like damn near 500 yards a game and stuff like that, bro. Why wouldn't you want to go there instead of being in Chicago where all they got for you is the Allen Robinson? I wouldn't hate Nick Foles for going to Dallas. Nick Foles won us a Super Bowl. Randall Cunningham never won us a Super Bowl, and people still love Randall to this day in Philadelphia. So I don't feel like it'll hurt his career that much. It'll tarnish his legacy in Philly. How you feel about that, Jody?
Well, here's the thing. Fans now aren't like what fans were then. Fans remember a lot more now. And people are going to remember that Foles went there, even if it's for a year. And at least for a close future. And as much as I hate to say it, Foles, I don't see that offense being right for Foles. And defense, like it's been said before, defense wins championships, and that defense isn't right. That's a team that I don't see going super far. So, yes, it's best for his career, but realistically, it's just opening yourself up to another opportunity that's, yes, it's a little bit better than what you have in Chicago, but it's not the best situation.
I wouldn't poo-poo the fact of going over there with that kind of an offense. It's like Nick Foles, in Chicago, he's not going to do no better in Chicago. He might not even see the goddamn field with Justin Fields over there now. It's just like and Andy Dalton over there, because they're going to play Andy Dalton over Nick Foles. They're going to play Justin Fields over Nick Foles. Nick Foles probably going to be holding the clipboard this year. So why not go over there with Dak dealing with all the injury stuff, with the shoulder stuff, him still rehabbing his leg? You got a better chance starting over there back up than the dudes you got in Chicago right now. So I would go over there. I don't feel like, even with the defensive thing, we don't know how their defense is going to look this year. It's like we're just going off based off last year. Maybe there'll be a better defense this year. You never know. It's preseason. We ain't even get to game 1 yet. We ain't see Dallas get scorched this year yet, except for like preseason. That's preseason stuff. That's the Hall of Fame game. But if I was Nick Foles, I would go to Dallas. I would go to Dallas. I wouldn't care about what they're talking about in Philadelphia. I'll go to Dallas. They got hella weapons. No matter how much we hate Dallas, Dallas has a dominant offense. They offense can be dominant. If their defense can get a little bit on par of what they're, Dallas has a great offense. I mean, not even with the offensive line getting older. Our offensive line getting old. We don't talk about them like we talk about Dallas' offensive line. Lane Johnson is getting up there in years. Brandon Brooks had hella injuries. Jason Kelsey contemplating retirement every year. All right? So it's like, if I was Nick Foles, I wouldn't care about what Philadelphia thinks. I'm going to hell where I think I'll thrive at. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, no. And you know, that's the thing too. You can, because of the weapons that Dallas has, you can run RPOs there. You know, and that was one thing that Nick thrived in. And I mean, CD Lamb would thrive in RPOs. So would Amari. So would Gallup. So, you know, and having Zeke there, that's awesome. Pollard, different aspects. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to see it at all. But you know what? When you're a third string quarterback, one thing is for sure: if Dallas is asking for him, they believe in him. That goes a long way. You saw what happened here with us in 2017 when he took over and people believed in him. Well, if the belief is in Dallas that they can win with Nick Foles and they get Nick Foles, they can probably win. I can see him thriving in
exactly.
Dallas. And that's the thing. If you get the ball 9 times and you score the ball 9 times, all you need to do is have that defense stop their offense 1 time and you win. That's all you got to do. You know, if they score 8 out of 9 times, all they got to do is stop them twice and they win. And that's not
Exactly.
that hard. I mean, even with a mediocre defense, you can stop somebody 1 time. It only takes once. And they have enough
You
weapons
should
that
be
they
able.
can score 9 times out of 9.
Yeah, Nick Foles, you know for a fact Nick Foles is gonna throw that pill. He putting it
Mm-hmm.
down the field. He gonna give you chances to win. He gonna give you chances to win. He's throwing them.
Yeah.
He's seeing one-on-one coverage. He's throwing that football up.
Oh,
Now it's
yeah,
up
it's
to your
gone.
wide receivers. Now it's up to your wide receivers to go get that motherfucker. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I feel like Nick Foles would be good in that offense, even if they
Yeah.
don't run RPOs, because Nick Foles is a quarterback that's not scared to throw that football. So,
No.
I mean,
I mean, it
it
sucks.
is what it
It
is.
does
Even in
suck.
Chicago, we seen him last year. We seen him last year in Chicago. He wasn't scared to put that joint in the air. So
Yeah.
he threw a lot of interceptions because his wide receivers were not those type of guys. He got a lot of quick, fast receivers, but he don't got a lot, like Amari Cooper can win a 50-50 ball. CeeDee Lamb can win a 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
Gallup be cooking on the edge.
Yeah.
So I think Nick Foles would fit great in that offense if it came to that.
Yeah. And that's a shitty situation now. I don't want to think of that, but you know, it is what it
I
is.
don't want to think about it either. I'll be mad as a fan, but as a football, like me respecting the game of football, I understand a move like that. You know what I mean? I understand a move like that because you second string, you only one injury away from getting on the field. You buried on the depth chart. Ain't really nothing you could do. And then you gotta think about it. Mr. Trubisky is still in Chicago, right?
No, he's gone.
Or he in where Mr. Trubisky at?
He landed in Buffalo behind Josh Allen.
Buffalo.
Oh yeah, he's in Buffalo. Yep, you're right. I just was watching
So,
the game. That's the crazy part. I was just watching Nick.
hey,
I was just watching him playing Buffalo.
well, real quick, my guy, I gotta get going here, but appreciate you having me on, man.
Right. Before you leave though, man, cause I'm about to we 2 hours and 13 minutes in. I'm about to end this stream anyway. I want to do a little project right now that I usually do. We gonna go through all-time Eagles. Give me all-time Eagles team real quick. I'm gonna let Jordy go. I'm gonna let you go, and we're gonna go position by position real quick. We're gonna make it real fast because I know you gotta get out of here uncensored. So we're gonna start with the safeties. Give me your all-time 3 safeties.
B-Doc.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. That's really tough. Now, uncensored, you got yours? You want to go?
B-Docs, Jenkins, and McLeod, I guess.
McLeod, yeah. Go ahead, Jody.
So honestly, I think I'm gonna have to roll with B-Doc, Jenkins, and I think I'm gonna roll with Rodney too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go B Duck Jenkins. And I'm gonna go Quentin Michaels. B Duck Jenkins and Quentin Michaels. Because Quentin Michaels was so underrated in this defense. I mean, dude was a hitter. He remind me of Conda Dawkins, but nobody really gonna beat Brian Dawkins. But he commanded. He was a presence in the middle of that field, just like Dawkins.
Yeah, he delivered kind of like Dawkins, but you can never truly be another Dawkins.
Right, exactly. Dawkins is one of a kind, man. All right, so we're gonna go cornerbacks now. I'm gonna go my corners. I'm gonna let you go first. Who's your give me 2 corners.
Eric Allen and Troy Vincent right off the bat.
That's great. That's a great pick right there. I'm gonna have to go Sheldon Brown and Asante Samuels.
That's a good grouping.
Sheldon Brown was a beast, man. Sheldon Brown was basically another safety at corner. He'd come up. He wasn't scared to tackle. He'd come up smacking, man.
He was another guy you did not want to be tackled by.
Didn't, man. His blindside hits was crazy. Remember when he did the Steven Jackson and Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
He killed them dudes. All right, so we're gonna go linebacker now. Give me your top 3 linebackers in Eagles history.
Jeremiah Trotter.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Bednarik.
Oh, he went back old school. He chucked back Derek with it.
And Bill Berge.
I threw Bill Berge in there. I didn't hear. I never heard nobody put him there. All right, I'm gonna go Jay Trotter too. Donnie Jones. Donnie Jones was my man, bro. I used to love Donnie Jones. He'd get up, he'd smack you, get up, start playing the guitar. I'm gonna have to go Michael Kendricks. Michael Kendricks was underrated. That was my dog.
Yeah.
I love Michael Kendricks, man, that outside linebacker spot.
He was always one of my favorite Eagles.
All right, now we're gonna go to the D line. We're gonna who's your D line? We're gonna go 4 D linemen.
Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox,
Uh-huh.
Jermaine Kearse, and the 4th spot's actually kind of tough.
All right.
But I think I'm gonna have to say Reggie White.
All right, with me, I'm gonna go Javon Kearse, Brandon Graham, Jerome Brown, and Reggie White.
That's solid.
That's a solid lineup right there, man. That's a Super Bowl winning lineup right there. I'm gonna kind of skip the O-line because it's kind of hard when you're dealing with like the guards and stuff like that. Because I can't think of a guard right now to save my life. What would you want to do the O-line?
I don't care.
All right, let's do the O-line then. Go ahead, you go first.
So 5 linemen. Gotta be Jason Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kelsey, Jason
Mm-hmm.
Peters,
Yep.
Lane Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
John Runyon, and Jerry
Yep.
Sizemore.
Yeah, that's a solid lineup. All right, so my tackles. Well, I'm gonna go Jason Kelsey at center. My left tackle gonna be Jason Peters. Right tackle gonna be John Runyon. Guard gonna be Sean Andrews. And damn, I can't think of another guard. I'm gonna have to go Brandon Brooks. I'm gonna go Brandon Brooks. That's a solid lineup right there. All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go 4 wide receivers then.
Deshaun Jackson. I was thinking, do I go way back on this? I think. Yeah, I will. Deshaun Jackson, Tommy McDonald.
Oh. You going into your bag tonight. You said Tommy McDonald.
Harold Carmichael,
Uh-huh.
and Mike Quick.
Yeah, that's a solid lineup. I'm going to have to go Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, Urban Fryer, and Mike Quick. That's a solid lineup, right? Solid lineup. That's a solid lineup, man.
Especially pairing Deshaun and Macklin, because Macklin was like another Edelman, kind of.
It was
Same skill
Batman
set.
and Robin, yo. Deshaun and Macklin was Batman and Robin, man. You never know who was going to go off. Deshaun could go off with his little 3 catches for fucking 130, 40 yards. Or Macklin give you 8 for like 115, 120. With 2, 3 touchdowns. Macklin was a dog. Macklin was underrated.
Even Avant was underrated too.
Yeah, Avant was underrated. He was. Avant, he was super underrated. Dude gave you so much. Like, he was a willing blocker. He caught everything that came to him. He was a third down nightmare. Because you were so worried about Jeremy Maclin and Deshaun Jackson. Avant could kill you for like 10 catches. Like 10 catches, they all be around that 5-yard mark, 5 to 8-yard mark. And he getting his catches, he getting his ass down. He ain't trying to get no yak, nothing. So, yeah, Avant was a solid wide receiver. All right, we're going to go.
He reminds me kind of like an Edelman put together with a Claypool.
Yeah. He was a big body dude, but he was so fluent with his route running and stuff. He knew he'd go up and get the football. He made a lot of amazing catches that people like never really paid attention to, like one hand in traffic. He was a solid wide receiver for us, man.
Yeah, he could hurt you from anywhere too.
Yeah. He could stretch the field a little bit. People ain't really see it too much, but he could stretch the field for sure. But I wanted to put Jared Matthews in there because Jared Matthews was a solid wide receiver for us too, man. People forget about Jared Matthews his first 3 to 4 years. He was putting up crazy numbers.
Yeah, he was. And then I think his confidence just went downhill as he jumped from team to team back and forth between us and the Niners. And then he just said, you know what, I'm kind of done with it.
You know you're a tight end now, right?
Yeah, he's trying to get back on a roster.
They got Jared Matthews playing tight end though. I was like, yeah, he trying to do anything to get back in the NFL.
He's trying to be another Tim Tebow.
All right. Well, all right, we're going to go running backs. Give me your top 3 running backs.
Brian Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy, and Steve Van Buren.
Steve Van Buren. Yeah, that's nasty. I'm going to have to go Brian Westbrook like you, LaShawn McCoy like you, and I'm going to have to go Ricky Waters.
Oh,
I'm at to go for who? I'm at to go Mr. For who? For what? For who? For what? Remember they asked me why you don't go up the middle? We talking about for who? For what? Ricky Waters is funny as hell. But yeah. All right. Last but not least, give me 2 quarterbacks.
That's another tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick.
He went Mike Vick.
And Randall Cunningham.
Sheesh. Oh, you like them dual threat quarterbacks, huh?
Yeah.
I'm had to go McNabb. I'm had to go McNabb and Nick Foles. Because Nick Foles won us the Super Bowl. I'm had to go McNabb and Nicky Six. That's a good job, bro. All right, and to cap it off, who is your coach leading this team? Your all-time Eagles coach leading this team.
That's tough. Honestly, for me, it's a toss-up between Vermeil and Reed.
I'm going Andy Reid. Andy Reid was a dog, man. I like Vermeil too, like the energy he provided and stuff like that, but Vermeil ain't never really win nothing with us. So I'm at to go Andy Reid. Andy Reid was the longest tenured coach I think we ever had, right?
I think so. That and he brought in the most regular season W's.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go big red. I gotta go big red, man. But I like the Dick Vermeil pick too. It is kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard. But yeah, man, I appreciate you so much, bro, man. You really show love every weekend. I mean, you one of the most consistent on this show, and I appreciate you pulling up. And yeah, I still want to do that, man. Once the regular season start, me and you get up on here every Friday. Me and you got our own show. We do the weekly pick'ems. It don't even got to be just Philadelphia teams. I mean, it could be. We gonna go from top to bottom every week, man. I appreciate you joining every week. I mean, I know you're a busy dude just like me. So, man, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure to come on here and talk some football. And it's always a blast every time, no matter what happens.
Right, we be in here bidding all day. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go on here in this stream, man. I'm gonna let the people know where they can find you at, even though they probably already know now. But just let the people know where they can find you at, man, and then we're gonna just give ourselves a graceful ball up.
You can find me at Jordy Fighter on YouTube. I got my 3 podcasts for the Celtics, Fighting Irish, and Eagles, where I wallow in the depressing moves that make no sense. But you can find me there, and there's some stuff in the works for the next couple weeks. But go find me there, and that's where you see there's a lot of my interaction and content.
I bet, man. Y'all heard, bro. Y'all know where to find him, man. Y'all know where to find me at. I'm in the cave. It's your boy One Tree Rock. We out of here.
Peace.